Welcome to Does It Matter by Brainy Ballers, where we dissect the game with cutting-edge analytics to give you the upper hand. We analyze everything from hand sizes to average depth of targets to uncover hidden trends that no one else sees. Say goodbye to guesswork and hello to data-driven domination. Because here at Brainy Ballers, we don't just watch the game, we understand it. So get ready, it's podcast time.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a really cool question, one that definitely keeps fantasy players and, NFL scouts busy thinking. Can a college running back's single best all-purpose yardage season actually tell us much about their future NFL success? Think of this as your shortcut to getting smart on a pretty tricky talent prediction puzzle.
Absolutely. And for this deep dive, we're really digging into a comprehensive piece of research. It's from the Does It Matter series, part 26, actually. It's this really detailed analysis. They looked at fantasy football stats way back to 2003. Our job here, like always, is to pull out the absolute key insights from that study for you.
Exactly. And the method they used, they zeroed in on the top 50 fantasy football finishers using PPR scoring, so point per reception, which gives extra weight to catches, right, for every season since '03. But here's the interesting part, the twist. They didn't just average out college stats. They looked at a running back's single standout best season for all-purpose yard. The thinking being, this might show their true potential.
Their ceiling.
Their ceiling, yeah. What they're capable of at their absolute best. So, okay, after all that work, all that data, what's the verdict? Does this college metric actually hold water? Well, the findings were pretty compelling. The analysis strongly supports the idea that, yes, a college back's best AP yardage season is a significant predictor, especially, it seems, for identifying those who become top performers in the NFL.
Okay, so it does matter. Is there like a specific number, a threshold that seemed to really make a difference?
Yeah.
Do you want to start dominating your drafts? At brainyballers.com, we've researched every metric under the sun for you to find which ones are best linked to fantasy points. You can access hundreds of metrics to sharpen your scouting ability so you know which metrics matter and which are just noise. Stop guessing on which thresholds to look for within each metric. Big numbers can be misleading or irrelevant. Our Ultimate Athlete Blueprints reveal essential scouting metrics, their importance, and benchmarks within each metric that help predict a player's probability of being a success or bust. Elevate your scouting ability with Brainy Ballers' Ultimate Athlete Blueprints today. Click the link in the description. Now back to the show.
They actually pinpointed one through quite a bit of fine-tuning and regression testing. The number that emerged as optimal was 1,426 yards in that single best college season. Anything at or above that.
1,426. That's specific, and you're saying that number. It's a big deal.
It really is. It proved to be a remarkably strong indicator. Interestingly, the research suggested it was potentially as reliable, maybe even more reliable sometimes, than NFL draft capital.
We always lean so heavily on draft capital. And get this, players who hit that 1,426 mark, they showed a really striking 25.3% higher rate of finishing in the top 10 for NFL fantasy points compared to guys who didn't hit the mark and ended up at the bottom 10.
25% higher rate. Okay, that is a massive difference. That number, 1,426, really seems key then. Did the research offer any clues about why that specific number or, any interesting exceptions?
Well, the thinking is that 1,426 seems to hit a kind of sweet spot. It shows exceptional versatility catching and running and the capacity to handle a significant workload. It flags high-level production across the board, basically. But, and this is important, there's a crucial nuance.
What's the nuance?
While it's still powerful, research did find its predictive strength seemed to have faded just a little bit in more recent decades. They saw about a 9.5% decrease in how often hitting that yardage range led to top 10 NFL finishes versus bottom 10.
Huh. A 9.5% decrease. That's not insignificant. So what might be going on there? Is the college game-changing or how the NFL evaluates players?
It definitely raises questions. Maybe college offenses are getting more specialized, so fewer true all-purpose guys. Or perhaps NFL teams are getting better at spotting talent, using other, maybe less traditional metrics. It could also just be, how NFL teams use backs now. More committees, maybe.
Interesting possibilities. So wrapping this up then, what's the main takeaway for, say, a scout or a fantasy manager listening right now?
The bottom line is, yes, looking at a running back's best college all-purpose yardage season, it definitely still matters. It remains a really valuable tool for assessing potential.
Right. So keep that 1,426 number in mind, but maybe be aware of that slight recent dip.
Exactly. It's a strong piece of the puzzle.
Which kind of leads to a final thought, doesn't it? Given that slight decline. What other college stats or maybe less obvious factors might be gaining importance now for finding that next star running back? And how are changes in the college game itself shaping what we should even be looking for? Something to chew on as you watch the next crop of talent.